Hello everyone and welcome to your Soul Nourishment Weekly Reading. My name is Christine. I am a mind and body empowerment coach. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Go ahead, if you haven't already, check it out. See if there's anything on this channel that resonates with you. And trust that if you were led here, you were brought here, you stumbled upon my lovely channel, it is for a reason, it is for a purpose. So stick around for a bit, scope it out, and see if there's anything here that really lands with you. Now, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, like and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. So basically with these Soul Nourishment Weekly Readings, I ask for a collective message in terms of what does everyone who watches this video really need to know in terms of their whole health and wellness, meaning mind, body, heart, and spirit. So, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and of course, as I always say, apply these messages to wherever they fit for you personally, because, it's going to be different for everybody. So I can tell you right off the bat that there is a very strong message around self-love and trust. So, this first card that we're getting here from my Spirit Animal Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid, which I absolutely love all of her decks actually, is Rhino Spirit. Overcome any obstacle. Okay, if you can see that, that's number 50. Okay, so first of all, before I get into that, I love numerology. Okay, so number 50, which reduces to a 5. 5s are about change. And they're also about conflict. So now conflict doesn't necessarily mean conflict with another person or persons. It could very well be an internal conflict, an internal struggle. Anybody who does tarot or understands tarot, it's very like 5 of Wands energy for me. So it can be very much about an obstacle within you or just a conflict within you. Something could be going on in your life, in your world, that is creating a lot of anxiety, fear, stress, whatever the case is. Now, that's pretty easy to say because most of us deal with something like that. Maybe not every single day, but I'm sure you have a week or you go every single week where you have one day at least that you're feeling a little stressed out about something. But maybe for you, there is one big specific obstacle, which very well could be the case with this card coming out, that you are going through right now. And, and maybe it's not that something externally from you is really like awful every single day, but you're feeling awful every single day inside of you, and it's creating this conflict and this inhospitable environment, which ultimately doesn't serve anybody, right? So I think that that's why this message is coming up, because if it is an internal conflict going on, just know that, when you're in that constant state of stress, it really doesn't do any wonders for your body. It really puts you in this fight or flight response, and it throws off all kinds of natural processes like digestion. You don't absorb nutrients properly when you eat. You might feel really nauseous after you eat. You might be excreting nutrients. Your metabolism slows down. Your mood is kind of lower. You might feel a little depressed. Your energy levels might be a little bit lower. So when you're in that constant state of stress, it really wreaks havoc on your body in a lot of different ways, physically, mentally, emotionally. So anyway, it's just something to keep in mind. So I feel like that's why this message is coming up, because there's some tips on ways around this. So regardless of what's going on for you, and I do hope that everyone out there who watches this, I hope everything's okay. But just know that you are never given anything in your life that you cannot handle, that you cannot get through. And that's, I know that's a saying of some sort out there floating around, but it's true. You really can withstand whatever junk is thrown at you. I mean, big and small. So, and the cool thing is, which I'm going to get into now, is we're always being guided. We're always being supported. We're never alone. We have, we should be asking for help. We should be putting it out there. We should be like, hey, I'd like a little support. I'd like a little clarity. I need some assistance in this area, in that area. Send me a sign that I'm going down the right path, even though it's a little rocky right now. When you ask for that help, when you ask for validation, when you ask for signs, you will get it. But you have to connect, and you have to trust. And you have to believe that, again, you are being supported. And again, you are not being given anything, anything that you can't handle. It's not a form of punishment. If anything, an obstacle is an opportunity for growth, for expansion, for evolvement. And also, too, after you go through that obstacle, you can then help somebody else who's going through something similar. So we go through these, we grow through what we go through, and then we can help others. We can shine the light for others. So it really is almost like a blessing in disguise. So, you know, love that card. So it's awesome. And plus the rhino, like, you know, he's a badass, right? Oh, and I forgot to mention, actually, I should say a dainty, a dainty badass, because, you know, this rhino is surrounded by all these beautiful flowers. So I feel like this is saying, like, you know, this is, to me, this is almost like the balancing of the masculine and the feminine energies within all of us, right? So we're open to receiving that help, receiving that guidance, and then we're also ready to take action, okay? Once we receive that guidance and that clarity, and we let go of the fear, we're ready to take action, we're ready to make moves, we're ready to face whatever we need to face. And also, I didn't mention the 5-2 is about change. So, you know, and ultimately, again, this comes back to we grow through what we go through. All change really could be looked at as positive because it's going to send you somewhere better, brighter, more awesome, okay? So even though it might be sucky for a little while, it's bringing you somewhere much, much better and much more alignment with you. So all change could really be looked at as good change. So love number 5. But now to all those points, again, we're getting a message here of self-love for sure. So for my out of the chakra cards, we got the heart chakra, self-love, okay? So, and you know, basically this says you can only love others as much as you love yourself. But, you know, and maybe this is a relationship issue, obstacle that you are going through right now. That could be the case. But to me, honestly, I'm feeling overall this is saying that it doesn't matter what it is specifically. You can get through it through self-love, okay? And the more you love on you, the more you connect deeper to your true self, your higher self, the more in the flow you will be, and the more likely you will be to hear that guidance, to feel connected to something greater, to feel like you're actually being supported and guided and protected, okay? So, but it comes through that love of self, so that's super, super important. And on here too, we have rose quartz as the crystal that's recommended. So get yourself some rose quartz, you know, like, or surround yourself in all things in that light pink pale color. Wear light pink pale clothing. You know, I don't know, put some fun like artsy prints on your phone, or surrounding you in your area, in your work environment, or in your room, or whatever it is. Like, just surround yourself in pinks, because that could definitely help you cultivate that self-love, or just feel more connected to yourself. And then also we have this card from my Louise deck. It says, look in the mirror and say to myself, I deserve all good. I deserve to be prosperous. I deserve joy. I deserve love. I know inwardly what is right for me. Okay, so again, I just feel like this is basically, again, just validating that right now, self-love is where it's at. So, because you deserve, of course you deserve love. You deserve to feel joy. You deserve all of these things. And when we get stuck in whatever is going on in our external world and these obstacles that we face, we get stuck in that. You know, we go through the whole victim mentality thing and we feel like the world is out to get us. But when in truth, that's just not the case. And that's why I said we grow through what we go through. And these obstacles that are presented to us are to help us grow, to help us become better versions of ourselves than we were the day before. And it's to help you recognize, and maybe for you specifically, hey, I deserve better. I deserve love. I deserve to feel joy. And maybe I'm going through what I am right now because where I'm at, I'm not getting that. I need more of something, right? I'm lacking in some area. And it could just be self-love. It could just be self-love. It doesn't necessarily need to come from someone outside of you, because to be honest, it should always start within you first. And then you will start, attracting energies that will reflect that back to you, that will reflect that unconditional love right back to you, which you are very, very, very deserving of, by the way. Now, I also pulled a couple of my Divine Abundance cards, and, and this just kind of validates, again, what I said before about being in the flow and really connecting. And we got intuition and flow. So there you go. I'm going to read these real quick. I truly, truly love these cards by Tosha Silver. So pretty. Shout out to my sister, if she watches this video, for getting me these cards. Thank you so much. Love you. So intuition says, each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what is needed. Okay, and then flow says, Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. So, I mean, it couldn't get any more clear. I just feel like this is saying, when you really go inside, connect within yourself, work on that self-love, work on that self-worth. Know that the answers are within you. The way you get them is connecting within yourself, asking for support, asking for guidance, asking for signs. Be open to receiving. Remember the Rhino spirit, because to me, again, it's about that masculine and feminine energy, the balance of the two. And we all have it, male and female. Okay, it's about being open and receptive to receiving and then taking action when we are given that guidance. And that comes through trusting your intuition, okay? And that is self-love, okay? Trusting your body wisdom, also known as your intuition, that inner voice, that inner knowing, that inner guidance, which is connecting to a higher power because it's all connected. We're just an extension of that, right? So when you connect to your intuition, to your heart space, because that's a heart on the card, by the way, when you connect to your intuition, when you listen to your heart, that is self-love, okay? That's you saying, I know I deserve better, or I deserve to feel free, I deserve peace, I deserve joy, I deserve to overcome this obstacle and not let it get the best of me. I deserve to not be, succumbed to the fear that surrounds this obstacle. I know that I can get past this. I know this was placed on my path for a purpose. It's growing me in some way, shape, or form. It's altering and changing my reality to fit, where I'm at now. Maybe you're just vibing higher. Maybe you've evolved and you didn't even realize it. Maybe whatever is around you right now in your external world is not reflecting back to you who you truly are. Maybe you've outgrown the situation that you're in. These are just things to think about. I'm not saying that's definitely your situation, but it could very well be. So, how do we know? How are we sure? How do we get that clarity in those answers? Again, connecting to your intuition and getting in the flow. Trusting, getting in the flow, going with the flow, right? Not fighting, not resisting. Doing so with calmness and peace, as the card says. Because, anything outside of calmness and peace is fear. Pretty much. It's not coming from a place of love. It's not seeing through the eyes of love. It's seeing through the eyes of fear. So we want to see through the eyes of love. We want to see through the eyes of self-love, right? And when we see through the eyes of self-love, we connect to our intuition. And when we connect to our intuition and our heart space, we are in the flow. And when we are in the flow, we know very well, without a shadow of a doubt, that we deserve love, that we deserve joy, that we know inwardly, like this says, what is right for us. We know. The answers are within us, and we can get through all of the obstacles, just like this Rhino spirit is promising, okay? So, sending you all so much love. I hope that you found this message helpful. And of course, come back next Friday for your next Soul Nourishment weekly reading. And like I said at the beginning of this video, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Like and share this video. I would so greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will talk to you all again soon. Take care. Bye.